Bonjour, good morning. Mon nom est André Roy et j'ai le plaisir et le privilège d'être le doyen de la Faculté des Arts et Sciences ici à l'Université Concordia. I'm delighted to welcome all of our graduates, their families and friends, and our distinguished guests to the Spring 2017 Convocation Ceremony. Je vous souhaite personnellement la bienvenue en ce grand jour de collation des grades. Convocation is a real highlight of our academic year, a most memorable moment for our graduating class. Today, let us celebrate our students for their efforts and achievements and wish them well, all the best in their future endeavors. Félicitations à tous nouveaux gradués. Congratulations to our graduating class. Bravo, well done, excellent. Now, would everyone please join Ms. Colleen Bartley, mezzo-soprano, in singing the O Canada.
Achieved your goals, and here you are as graduates amongst us. So let us celebrate you. Fêtons votre réussite et l'obtention de vos diplômes. And let us also take a moment to reflect. For what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving them. Ce que vous êtes en voie de devenir compte beaucoup plus que toutes vos réussites. You have studied and gained knowledge, written tests and papers, pursued your goals which have led you to today. And as you studied, you've also evolved and changed, become better friends, deeper thinkers, dreamers and schemers. Comme étudiants et étudiantes, vous êtes devenus plus lucides, plus confiants, plus créatifs. You have become more compassionate humans, aware of the complexity of your own lives and the lives of others. Alors, célébrons tout ce que vous êtes devenus et tout ce que vous allez devenir. Let us indeed celebrate you, receiving your diplomas, as well as you, human beings who have the power and the wisdom and the tenacity to build a world of peace and hope and understanding. Thanks. Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir.
Dear graduates, invités distingués, mesdames et messieurs, félicitations chacun et chacune de nos nouveaux diplômés en cette magnifique journée de réjouissance. Graduation is a special day for your support networks, your families, loved ones, and friends, as well as the Concordia community and your fellow alumni who have collectively collaborated with you to make this day possible. I am thrilled and honored to share this special milestone with you. La valeur d'une formation universitaire est incontestable et en obtenant votre diplôme, vous avez acquis un grand avantage dans notre société. Mais il y a autre chose. The lessons gleaned from your textbooks and professors were just the beginning. Your challenge now is to acquire knowledge on your own using the education and skills you developed here at Concordia. Thomas Edison made 1,000 attempts inventing the light bulb. When he finally succeeded, a reporter asked him what it felt like to fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention. He said, I didn't fail. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. As someone whose path to success has often required far more than 1,000 such steps, I encourage you to adopt a similar perspective as you embark upon this next chapter in your lives. When someone tells you something is impossible, remember that it probably means it hasn't been done yet, or as I often say, no is maybe on the road to yes. Success is not determined by financial wealth or even the approval of our peers, but rather success is defined by the extent to which we are able to build our communities and help our fellow citizens. As the saying goes, no man is an island. I stand before you today on the shoulders of the many people whose guidance and support have helped me along the way, and I think you can all imagine how much strength is required for someone like me to stand on anyone's shoulders. My point is, while it's true that our backgrounds and circumstances may have influenced who we are, it is equally true that each of us is responsible for who we become. You must continue to be open, with outstretched arms and open hands to be willing to receive, but it is imperative that you also be willing to give. Whether financially or through the gift of your knowledge and time, I urge each of you to give back to the university and your community by investing in its future generation of graduates, just as previous generations have invested in you. Define your success by the degree to which you positively affect people in your lives. En tant que citoyen averti et engagé, vous les diplômés êtes bien placés pour exercer une influence extrêmement bénéfique sur notre monde et en évolution constante. Progress and change now lie squarely in your hands. Your generation has sent a strong message to the world regarding the importance of environmental conservation and sustainability. And while there undoubtedly remains much to be done in that regard, the significant education and reduction in Canadian air pollution over the past 5 to 10 years leaves me hopeful that the future of our country and our world reside in very capable hands. There is no shortage of opportunity to get involved. There is no methodology that cannot be improved, and no science, engineering, art, or business that cannot be enhanced by the energy, enthusiasm, and skill you all possess. To thrive rather than merely survive, you will have to be adaptable and resilient. You will have to be leaders of change, not followers. Do not be afraid to lead, not only by example, but also by exerting a positive influence on those around you. Remember that if you elevate others, you elevate yourself. I know that for many of you, this is a period that can be unsettling, given the uncertainty that may lie ahead. You are transitioning from an environment where everyone told you what you should do to an environment where you now have to decide for yourself what you want to do. Without hyperbole, that decision, what you want to do, is among the most important you will ever make, which is why I urge you to look at these next few years as a continuation of your educational journey. Now is the time to truly discover your passions, to ask the right questions, to acquire the knowledge necessary to succeed. Don't just chase the quick paycheck. The money will come. Now, I'm sure that many of you are thinking that it's easy for someone in my position to stand up here and say, the money will come. And I'm all too aware of the financial pressures facing you, so many of you right now. But keep in mind that I started with nothing. My only external resource was the education I received here at Concordia, the same education that you now take with you into the world. Wherever you go and whatever you do, the harvest of knowledge, experience, and values that you have learned and absorbed at Concordia will be as relevant for society as you make it. Be bold, be imaginative, be prepared to fail, to continue to learn and to succeed. Trust me, you can and will make a difference if you follow your passions. When you discover your passion, you will find your life to be an absolute joy. Je vous encourage à rêver, à explorer les choses qui n'existent pas encore, puisque c'est ainsi que vous allez changer le monde et bâtir l'avenir. I am happy that we share a meaningful connection through Concordia, and I hope that today is the beginning of your new lifelong bond with our university and your community. I wish you all good luck, good health, and good fortune. Chapeau et merci. I would like to ask Dr. Alan Shepard for his remarks.
Wonderful remarks, Chancellor. Bonjour, bienvenue à toutes et à tous. C'est un grand plaisir d'être parmi vous pour ce bel événement. I'd like to begin this ceremony by acknowledging that Concordia University and today's ceremony are located on unceded indigenous lands. The Ganyuk-Gehaga Nation are recognized as the custodians of the lands and waters on which we gather today. Tiohtià:ke, or Montreal, is historically known as the gathering place for many First Nations. Today, of course, it is home to a diverse population of indigenous and other peoples. And we respect the continued connections with the past, the present, and the future in our ongoing relationships with indigenous and other peoples within the Montreal community. And that's what, it'd be fine to clap. And that's what today's festivities are all about, a celebration of community. To our graduates, all of us at Concordia are extremely proud of you. Your family and your friends are proud of you, and you made it. As we celebrate, though, it's important to take stock, to remember that today is also about the bigger picture. Your own educations, from kindergarten through a university degree, maybe a graduate degree, is also an investment in the greater social fabric and making our community stronger. When I'm out and about meeting graduates of Concordia, I often hear about the difference their experiences at the university have made in their lives and the great successes they are having in the world and the differences they are making in the larger world. Partout où je rencontre des diplômés de Concordia, j'entends souvent les histoires du changement positif que les expériences universitaires les ont apporté, de grands succès dont ils bénéficient et la différence qu'eux-mêmes, ils et elles apportent dans le monde. And the world needs you. In the midst of our celebrations, I also want to remember those who are less fortunate than us, those who do not have had the advantages of a university education, those who are affected by war, poverty, and of course by terrorism and extremism. Education continues to be a powerful antidote to the world's problems. Education builds understanding, binds us together, makes hope possible. Of course, your own education, as the Chancellor said, doesn't stop when you graduate from university, because education is a lifelong process, and increasingly so as the pace of our knowledge society keeps going faster. Concordia has prepared you to make sense of the complex world and to become leaders in it. Félicitations encore, bonne chance, et à la prochaine.
Mr. Chancellor. It is my honor to present to you Senator Chantal Petitclerc, the most successful wheelchair racer of all time and a role model for athletes around the world. At the age of 13, Senator Petitclerc lost the use of her legs following an accident. 4 years later, she would discover wheelchair athletics, paving the way for a long and highly successful career. Senator Petitclerc is the only Canadian athlete to have won medals at the Olympic, Paralympic, and Commonwealth Games. She won her first Canadian championship in 1989. To this day, she is the Canadian record holder of the 100, 200, 400, and 800 meter events. In July 2002, at the Commonwealth Games, in Manchester, England, she won the gold medal in the 800 meter, the first wheelchair event to be fully integrated into a program of major international competition. In winning this gold medal, Senator Petitclerc became the first athlete in the history of adaptive sports to register a result for her country's team at a non-Paralympic event. Senator Petitclerc exemplifies the best lessons that sport and life can teach us, because she understands, practices, and communicates these lessons in her personal, athletic, and public life. Her actions truly inspire us. An athlete, public speaker, and columnist for Chanteline magazine, Senator Petitclerc is also the book author of 16 Days in Beijing, which tells the story of her last Paralympic experience. Senator Petitclerc regularly takes part in various Paralympic athletes and sports organizations projects. She is an athlete ambassador for Right to Play, an international humanitarian organization that uses sport programs to make an impact to improve health, develop life skills, and foster peace in children and communities in some of the most disadvantaged areas of the world. She is also a spokesperson for Défi Montréal, an international event. It brings together athletes from the elite to newcomers with all types of disabilities. Senator Petitclerc was awarded the Lou Marsh Trophy for Athlete of the Year in 2008 and was appointed the Order of Canada in 2009. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of Senate and the Board of Governors, it is my privilege and honor to present to you Senator Chantal Petitclerc so that you may confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
I would like to now ask Senator Petitclerc for her remarks.
Merci. Monsieur le Chancelier, Monsieur le Recteur, invité d'honneur, diplômés, amis et famille, c'est un grand plaisir, un privilège, bien sûr un honneur d'être ici aujourd'hui pour accepter ce doctorat honorifique et pour avoir l'opportunité de vous parler et de partager un petit peu de mon aventure et de mon parcours de vie avec vous. And while doing that, I do realize, of course, that our path, our expertise are very different. I know I am not an expert in everything that you have studied, and I assume most of you cannot do a wheelchair 100-meter in under 16 seconds, but but in spite of those differences, if there is one thing I have learned in over 25 years of high performance, it is that in the end, it does not matter who we are, where we come from, and what we're trying to do and achieve with the time, the talent, the potential that we have. One thing I do know for sure is that we all will have to face many challenges just to get to where we want to go. And I believe that how we choose to face those challenges is really what makes a difference in the success that we will have. And to me, as you may guess, this amazing Paralympic adventure, before the medals and before the recognition, did start with one big challenge, and that, of course, has to be the challenge of my accident. I come from a very small town, Saint-Marc-des-Carrières. This is where, at the age of 13, as we were visiting some friends of the family who had a farm, the farm was abandoned, disaffected, and so as soon as we got there, the message from the parents was quite clear. We, the children, were not allowed to go play on the farm because it was dangerous. So being 13, the very first thing we did was to go play on the farm because it was dangerous, which was not the smartest idea, but we had this plan, and the barn door was broken. We wanted to lift it up, put a bit of a crate underneath it, and transform it into some sort of a jumping ramp for a bicycle, which we did. And myself, at the age of 13, holding the door, and with not as much muscles as I did when I was in Beijing for the games, I could not hold that door very long, and the door fell on me, broke my spine, and that's how I became paraplegic at the age of 13. And the reason I'm telling you that is, of course, I knew from that moment that even if I was very young and being underground and unable to move my legs and unable to get up, I knew that my life would never be the same again, and I knew that I would need to adapt to that situation very, very quickly. And I guess what I learned from that experience that I want to share with you, because it was a lesson that stayed with me as an athlete, of course, but also as a person, is what I recall from that accident and the months after was everything being thrown into chaos, you know, because an accident like this one, you don't choose for it to happen, you don't want it to happen, you don't see it coming, but when it's there, and you have to face it and deal with it. And I guess what I took from this is that in a situation when you lose control over everything, the only control you have left is always the control over your own emotions, but most importantly, attitude. And I learned very quickly from that no matter what happens to you, your life does not stop. It changes direction sometimes, but you always have more potential than limits. And it is with this mindset that I started this amazing adventure that would take me to 5 Paralympic Games. And when I came back from Beijing in 2008 and retired, I remember coming back from Beijing with 5 gold medals. And I remember especially the 100 meter was such a difficult race to win and such an amazing, important moment for me. And back home with my 5 medals, all I could tell everybody is how, at the same time, Beijing was the most magic, amazing games of my life, but also the toughest thing I ever had to do, which really is often the case, you know, the experiences, and even today is probably, you can say the same, you know, the most amazing experiences and valuable experiences are also not that easy, and they are difficult, but the rewards are so worth it. And I coming back from Beijing, sometimes I go to schools, and when I go to the school with the little kids, I take with me my 5 medals. At the beginning, I took the one of the 100, but then I took the 5 medals because very quickly I realized that, especially with the kids, it's a very simple equation. The more medal you bring, the happier they are. And you know, they jump up and down, and they're so excited, and they're like, oh, you got 5, you're so lucky, you're so lucky, you're so lucky. And you just want to sit with them and tell them that, like anything else, luck does not have much to do with it, and that it does not take 16 seconds to win a medal or to do anything. It took me 25 years, and that they may present you with the medal or the diploma in a crowd full of people, but we all know that you don't win a medal or a diploma in front of a crowd cheering for you. You win it a cloudy, rainy Monday morning in Montreal when you have 3 training sessions and you don't want to go, you don't feel like doing it. But not only you go, but you go and you do it well and you do it right and you do it again the next day and the next day and the next day, because really it is the only way to make anything happen. And I guess what I want to leave you with is that when I look at my journey, and when I think back about the little girl that I was in small town Saint-Marc-des-Carrières, being 13, a very modest family. You know, my mother stayed at home. My dad was a construction worker. I don't think that anybody or not a lot of people could have envisioned that I would have such an amazing and fun journey. And I say sometimes en français, je veux dire, il n'y a pas grand monde qui aurait gagé un 20 sur moi. And to me, it really is the proof that, again, it does not matter who you are, where you come from, and what you're trying to accomplish and achieve. I believe that there is no such thing as too small or too big a dream. I believe that we all have what it takes inside of us and around us, the people around us, the resources that we can reach out for. We all have what it takes to make it happen when and if we choose to make it happen. And I believe that if this was true for myself, well, certainly it is true for all of you. So this is my wish for you. And in ending, I just want to tell you, dare to be fearless. Don't let anybody tell you that your dream is too big, too crazy, too ambitious, because surely they are wrong. And make sure that you keep passion in your life, because this is what is going to fuel everything. And make sure that while achieving those big goals and dreams, while putting all the work that it will take to make it happen, make sure you never forget to have some fun. This is the part that we don't say enough in the speeches, but it is so important that no matter how serious your goals are, you need to enjoy it. So this is my wish for you, is enjoy the day, but most importantly, enjoy the journey ahead. Alors bravo à tous et merci, merci beaucoup. Merci.
Senator Petitclerc, je vous remercie infiniment pour vos remarques. You are truly an inspiration, and the anecdote, dream it and do it, speaks loudly to what you've said. I thank you for your humility, your leadership, and your dedication to our country. Merci mille fois. I would call upon the Provost and Vice President Academic for the conferring of the degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you the candidates for the doctoral and doctorate degrees, for the master and magisteriate degrees, and for the graduate diplomas and certificates in the Faculty of Arts and Science. I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the requirements for these degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Monsieur le Chancelier, au nom du Sénat, je vous présente les candidats au doctorat et à la maîtrise, ainsi qu'au diplôme et au certificat de deuxième cycle de la Faculté des Arts et des Sciences. J'atteste qu'ils satisfont aux exigences de ces grades, diplômes et certificats. Will the doctoral and doctorate, master and magisteriate, diploma and certificate candidates please stand?
By the powers granted in the University Charter, I admit each of you to the appropriate degree, diploma, or certificate as approved by Senate and certified by the Provost. En vertu de l'autorité que me confère la Charte de l'Université et fort de l'approbation du Sénat et de l'attestation au vice-président exécutif aux affaires académiques, je vous décerne les grades, diplômes ou certificats que vous postulez. Please be seated.
Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of Senate, I present to you the candidates for the bachelor and baccalaureate degrees and for the undergraduate certificates in the Faculty of Arts and Science. I certify that these candidates have fulfilled the requirements for these degrees. Monsieur le Chancelier, au nom du Sénat, je vous présente les candidats et candidates au baccalauréat ainsi qu'au certificat de premier cycle de la Faculté des Arts et des Sciences. J'atteste qu'ils satisfont aux exigences de ces grades. Will the bachelor and baccalaureate and undergraduate certificate candidates please stand?
By the powers granted in the University Charter, I admit each of you to the appropriate degree as approved by Senate and certified by the Provost. En vertu de l'autorité que me confère la Charte de l'Université et fort de l'approbation du Sénat et de l'attestation de vice-rectorat exécutif aux affaires académiques, je vous décerne les grades que vous postulez. Please be seated. Well, While our graduates prepare to cross the stage, I invite you to enjoy the music of the Encore Brass Quintet. Thank you.
I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Doctorate in Philosophy from the following programs: History, Humanities, Arts and Science, Individualized Program, Humanities, Social and Cultural Analysis. Ali Halawi. I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Science from the following program: Exercise Science. Jordan O'Byrne. I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Arts from the following programs: Hispanic Studies, History, History and Philosophy of Religion, individualized program, classics, languages, linguistics, individualized program, humanities. Agne Blanco. Nadia Silva. Tyson Rosberg. Georgia Carter. Ashley Crouch. Elise McLeod. I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Arts from the following programs: Judaic Studies, Littérature francophone et résonance médiatique, Philosophy, Public Policy and Public Administration. Catherine Saint-Arnaud, winner of Le Prix d'Excellence Armand Vertet, awarded annually to the best graduating MA student in Littérature francophone et résonance médiatique. Option B, Réalisation médiatique. Zlatan Ramusevic. Jennifer Barbato. Christine Bisonnette. Alexandre Duval. Jordan Gentili. Olena Grigorashuk. Andriane Nadeau. Vanessa Peters. Anastasia Plakova. Joanna Sturtewagen. Adam Alexander Zanobi. I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Master of Magisteriate in Arts from the following programs: Social and Cultural Anthropology, Sociology, Theological Studies, Traductologie. Lucien Ivanov. Ferdinando Musano. Kouidir Abad. Charles Beaulieu Gagnon.
Smadar Brandis. Daphne Sear. Tanya Grant. Osawaname Joan Idemudia. Migulina Crow. Alexandra Manette. Victoria Morrison. Pavin Palmer. Céline Vergne.
I'm pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Arts from the following departments: Classics, Modern Languages and Linguistics, Études Françaises. Hanadi Alfaris, with distinction. Julian George Anusis. Ornella Antonelli, with distinction. Vanessa Episagomian. Stavrula Bantos, with distinction. Aisha Barize, with distinction. Hannah Bartels. Walid Bastanji. Lisa Bucci. Khadija Noron Bush. Maya Kadir Royard. Anthony Caron. Joseph Shadaravian. C.Q. Chan. Caitlin Kantawe. Sandra Covone, with distinction. Anaëlle Courier, with distinction. Alexia Del Cane. Marie-Pierre Desbiens, with great distinction. Tanya Elbasha. Jennifer Fabro. Daniela Ferrer. Giuseppe Lucio Ficocelli, with distinction. Andrew Figueres.
Ryan Forsyth.
Ryan Forsyth. Geneviève Grenier. Robert Habachi. Laura Hansen. Mohammed Hashi. Joanne Jacot, with great distinction. Lucy Kariakos. Rubini Ruby Kotsiris. Nicholas Kudunis, with great distinction, winner of the Classics Book Prize awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in Classics. Andrea Krasny. Valerie Kula, with great distinction. Chloé Paris Leroux. Andrew Letts. Vanny Lucia, with distinction. Claudia Ludovico. Yulia Lupulaisko. Tyler Lee, with distinction. Paulina McKay, with distinction. Yulia Muntian. Emma Perrault, with distinction. Marie-Hélène Pfaff. Elena Pitikaru. Alexandra Porteous, with distinction. Nina Rubeo. Jessica Scaff, with distinction. Holly Sorensen, with distinction. Maria Paula Tamayo, with distinction. Annie Tuskaran, with great distinction. Salim Taya. Gracia Maria Telushkin. Giovannina Jenny Torca. George Socrates Viron, with distinction. Yasmin Wong, with distinction. Victoria Zarorsky. Luana Zapitelli, with great distinction. Jessica Asher, with distinction. Basma Ben Musa. Andrea Boivin. Lynn Brisebois, with distinction. Alisa Canucci. Miriam Karjan. Juan Castro. Angie Chan. David Myrto-Chéry. Irene Christopoulos. Alexandre Côté-Benoît. Alexandra Criniti. Sarah Elizabeth Medeiros. Olivia DeRay, with distinction. Florence Dubois, with distinction. Valérie Gendron. Lysandre Girard Champagne. Kate Gertson. Evelyn Karina Guevara. Melody Imbert, with distinction. Shok Hwan Shin. Kelly Kapu, with distinction. Stephanie Kroll. Danielle Lafontaine. Camille Landry, with distinction. Daniela Narcisse. Martine Paquette. Vanessa Perry with distinction. Tess Richard.
Josie Santini. Thank you.
Josie Santini with distinction. Evelyn Steele. Jean-Philippe Thériault with distinction. Rachel Tiang with distinction. I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Science from the following department: Exercise Science. Marie-Joëlle Allard with distinction. Melissa Alphonse. Caroline Assaf with great distinction. Rhea Beal. Frédéric Berger-Lebel with distinction. Stephen Buganim with great distinction, winner of the Science College Prize awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in the Science College. Cédric Boutet with distinction. Jamélie Brochu with distinction. Jessie Brochu-Blais with distinction. Justin Camacho with distinction. Graham Campbell with distinction. Gabrielle Caron with distinction. George Daniel Chiklu with distinction. Stephanie Corbizero with distinction. Karel Cote with distinction. Bonnie Crawford with distinction. Stephanie Dileme with distinction. Amanda Di Sclafani with distinction. Foti Evangelista with distinction. Nicolas Fortin with distinction. Grazia Futoto with distinction. Gabrielle Gamelin with distinction. Teresa Griffin with distinction. Vanessa Gugliami with distinction. Audrey Harvey with great distinction. Emily Horvat with distinction. Marie-Ève Julien with distinction. Émilie Junot, with distinction. Camelia Kabirdin. Gabrielle Cacon, with great distinction. Christine Candela. Hélène Kim, with distinction. Natalie Leftova, with distinction. Chen Yu Li, with distinction. Xi Liu. Whitney Lones. Julie Lopez. Michelle Malcolm, with distinction. Mara Marquetta, with distinction. François Martel, with distinction. Alyssa Martin, with distinction. Linda More. Marie-Pierre Néron, with distinction. Biklan Nguyen, with distinction. Skylar Packwood, with distinction. Kaylee Perot, with distinction. Laurel Radin. Catherine Rennie, with distinction. Hila Ruveni. Brent Rosenstein, with distinction. Stephanie Russo, with distinction. Celine Safadi. Andrew Santalucia, with distinction. Corey Schneider, with distinction. Matthew Simpson, with distinction. Amber Sinanan. Kimberly Slesser, with distinction. Bianca Sportella, with distinction. Rebecca Steenkamer. Daniela Teresa Urbano, with distinction. Krishni Velupoye, with distinction. Marie-Julie Vermette. Catherine Walker. Zhong Nan Yao, with distinction. Chuing Su, with distinction. Tehila Tionos, with distinction.
I am pleased to introduce you to the candidates for the Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Arts from the following departments: History, Individual Structured Program, Philosophy, and Political Science. Zara Alafid. Jeremy Alves. Domenica Barreca. Christopher Baudouin. Milan Buvic. Clara Caillou, with distinction, winner of the Malone Medal, presented in honor of Reverend Patrick Malone, and awarded to the graduating student who has made the most outstanding contribution to an internal university community. Joanna Cernero. Chulang Chang. Mab Coates Davies, with distinction. Chloe Denemoustier.
Devin Downing.
Devin Downing. Camille Dumouchel. David Easy. Tessa Fiorito. Jean-Baptiste Garway Templeman. Jeremy Goslin. Eric Hull. Flora Juma, with distinction. Victoria Kendrick, with distinction. Roberta McLean. William Marks, with distinction. Cassandra Marcillo, with distinction.
Christopher McBride.
Christopher McBride. Alexandre Mercier. Tyler Moore, with distinction. Mathieu Paré, with distinction. Olivier Paré, with great distinction, winner of the Martin Lewis Memorial Book Prize in History. awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in history.
Liam Patterson.
Liam Patterson Morris. Christine Piccone. Marco Pomenti. Kitty Shepard. Kaylee Snow with distinction. Alfia Thompson with distinction. Daniel Tomeo with distinction. Erica Taloro. Maria Vrignotis. Geneviève Waterhouse.
Kevin Bradley.
Kevin Bradley with distinction. Abraham Cohen. Alexandra Fragman. Victoria Hall. Allison Sedley Hendra. William Poulin with distinction. Neda Rouhani. Anna Safi with distinction.
Irene Steiner, ST. Okay.
Irene Steiner.
Alexandra Southern.
I don't have your name. No. Alexandra Southern with distinction. Christina Tuteris. Ahmed Ajib. Yasmin Ali Akbar. Anthony Allo with distinction. Ahmad Al Sayed. Malanina Andrea Mandipianina. Aisha Anti. Magda Saida Anwar. Arman Erim Barel. No, I don't have it here. Okay, Pierre Bedi Dajne. Sorry, there was a technical glitch. Sultan Bedas. Alexandra Bondar with distinction. Bastien Bourges. Luc Brunet. Lauren Christine Butler. Mariana Caloquia, with distinction, winner of the René Vollet Prize for Political Science, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in political science. Kayla Charles.
Mauricio Chavez.
Mauricio Chavez Castro. Ryan Sherfan.
Justin Kimiso.
Justin Kimiso. Tyler Cochrane with distinction. Emma Cormary. Vanessa Cortez. Michael Danzer. Sarah DeRosier.
Audrey Ann Doyle.
Audrey Ann Doyle with distinction. Sarah Elchar with distinction. Sarah Elmandarwari. Catherine Ferriter. Sabrina Anna Ficella. Daniel Fuoco. Catherine Gararacho. Sarah Gasparello with distinction. Mariam Garib. Lori Garazian with distinction. Nina Goldstein. Emily Graziani. Ivan Cabades. Natalie Abashi. Sami Haddad with distinction. Thomas Harrison with distinction. Daniel Helmy. Tyler Hewitt. Alex Hunter with distinction. Tatiana Hikaza Holly. Sonia Mireille Ihainoana with distinction. Dana Jamaluddin. Solène Jarry. Lindsay's Jasmine. Sujansi Kandya. Cindy Kenny with distinction. Anum Khan. Fatima Khan. Maura Kathleen Kotzel. Samnini Eunice Muriel Kofi. Emilia Kotsouris. Panayota Dimitris Koulocharis. Natasha Lalonde. Joey Lamantia. Olivia Landry. Gabrielle Leonardi Eiffel. Yana Lauba. Vanessa Lemire. Felicia Leone with distinction. Hannah Lozinska. Samantha McLean. Austin Mackey. Julie Malaise. Sarah Malik. Jamal Mansour with distinction. Claudia Barbara Moreno Sardi. Eloise Martorell with distinction. Ana Mayorga. Sonia Mezahour. Lenka Mikolova with distinction, winner of the Vince Sirois Prize, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in the School of Community and Public Affairs. Grant Mitchell with distinction. Raha Mohammed with distinction. Bruno Mospeseres. Rosalie Morin-Gelinas. Matthew Mulvey. Brianna Musto. Amina Naji. Charles Orm. It's not changing. Sarah Ugweni. Yanni Papadatos. Peter Paparaskis. Nectaria Polirakis. Colleen Pontic. Yasmin Radassi. Adriana Raimondo. Rana Ramadan. Elsa Radgurer with distinction. Carla Risk. Zara Rizvi. Daniel Rodriguez. Salvatore Rotolo. Gabriel Salas. Elise Samaha. Jacques Malcolm Samzi. Soraya Sanchez Diaz. Paulina Sevolidis. Albert Serhan.
Hussein Shosh.
Hussein Shorish with distinction.
Josh Spatzner.
Joshua Spatzner. Kodrin Tabla Negri with distinction. Justin Tesh. Seda Vicky Teodor. Marie-Christine Tiramani. Lailai Turk. Sabine Turk. Amanda Valvano. Daniela Velandia with distinction. Marceli Vierda. Shauna Young. Jorge Mariano Dazorski.
I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Arts from the following departments: Religions and Cultures, School of Community and Public Affairs, School of Irish Studies. Jonathan Cook. Alexandra Friedman. Jessica Itzkovich. Caitlin McDonald. Clara Schultz with distinction. Samantha Silva. Abir Abouali. Michelle Bazil. Aaron Kevork Dalian. Jean-Frédéric Lalonde. Sarah Lazarek. Mile Lazarevsky with distinction. Léonard Le Prince. Ryan McHugh. Charlie O'Connor with great distinction. Linda Odiambo. Tina Petawabano with distinction. Sophia Saran. Olivia Sheehy Generelli. Lily Tandell. Guillaume Thomas. James Varoutsos. Yasmina Wadani. Andrew Weissman with distinction. Cheyenne Whitebean with great distinction. Ann Zaftis with distinction. Brian Cook. Sarah Michaud with distinction. I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Baccalaureate in Arts from the following departments: Sociology and Anthropology, Special Individual Studies Program, Theological Studies. Lubna Afghani. Hind Azjewe. Shadi Chelsea Akhtari. Michael Asari Adjukum. Helen Atta Arma. Argiro Etsemes. Stephanie Baez. Annie Ball. Ayana Batiste. Kristen Biduk. Olivia Billingy Descartes. Alexandra Black. Caitlin Bowser. Jessica Kadash with distinction. Catherine Campanelli. Ian Campbell with great distinction, winner of the W.R. Fraser Medal for Philosophy, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in philosophy. Papia Chaudhuri. Cynthia Krisafi. Carla Kuza. Christopher Dawson. Veronique Delane. Claudia DeMarco Vasquez. Jill Denemeister. Dominique Duchesne with distinction. Leah Dunn with distinction. Konstantin Emelianov with distinction. Christopher Fiquette. Mark Ferraro. Ricky Fuentes. Lama Gazawi. Sasha Giannoni. Kathleen Gilbert. Alexandra Grandoni with distinction. Adam Green. Matthew Guida. Brian Gumty. Alex Gurney with great distinction. Amelia Harris with distinction. Camelia Hasse Debussy. Liana Yantuano. Jennifer Yasensa with distinction. Samantha Ilakwa with distinction.
Kamal Raj Jurburkan.
Kamal Raz Jurburkan. Amrit Kaur. Ahmed Kamasi. Giovanni Leone. Andrea Lepin. Juan Culo. Di Guama. Artemis Mereshlian. Karen Marquez Contreras. Taylor Marshall. Jean-Frédéric Martin. Eugene McCall. Calvin McGuffey. Caitlin McInerney Brathwaite. Salima Medwar. Elnaz Melat Dust. Juliana Mieli. Katrina Monton with distinction. Pamela Montoya. Victoria Ann Naylor-Paulin. Terry Newman with great distinction. Chelsea Novak. Chelsea Obodachina.
Cynthia Owusu-Dankwa.
Cynthia Owosu-Dankwa. Chelsea Oswald. Christina Polikaris. Flavie Payet-Renouf. Micah Pétas-Lauton. Philip Petrescu. Martha Polak with distinction. Fanta Pompilis. Parnia Alborzi. Daniela Romero. Vanessa Salas Hamelin. Joshua Cezant with distinction. Alessandro Sigretti. Susanna Selak with distinction. Uzman Saidi. Tanya Smith. Cassandra Spooner Lockyer with great distinction, winner of the Everett C. Hughes Medal for Sociology and Anthropology, awarded to the most outstanding graduating student in sociology and anthropology. Alexandra Stamos. John Talbot. Jessica Tenaik. Tiffany Tsang. Elise Turner with great distinction. Sabrina Jabin. Ashley Zachard. Helen Zarifi. Alina Zmiva. Olguine Bernard. Nathan Cherry with distinction. Marjan Nakic. Garner Remy. Megan Smith. I am pleased to introduce to you the candidates for the undergraduate certificate in the following programs: Modern Chinese Language, Mandarin and Culture, Modern Arabic Language and Culture, Pastoral Ministry. Sila Unver. Beryl Akudo Anatsi.
Congratulations to all of you. The Governor General's Gold Medal, People and Society, is awarded on behalf of His Excellency, the Governor General of Canada, to the highest-ranking graduate student graduating from Concordia University. Dr. Lachlan McKinnon defended his PhD dissertation, Deindustrialization on the Periphery, an oral history of Sydney Steel, 1945 to 2001. In September 2016, under the supervision of Dr. Stephen High in the Department of History. His dissertation is a historical examination of the multi-layered process of deindustrialization in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Dr. McKinnon is currently an instructor at Cape Breton University.
The Concordia University Distinguished Doctoral Dissertation Prize in Fine Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences is awarded annually when merited to the most deserving graduate for the excellence of his or her doctoral thesis in the Fine Arts, Humanities, or Social Sciences programs. The prize goes to Dr. Lachlan McKinnon. I would now like to ask Xian Whitebean to give the valedictorian address.
What Gunawaradu, Wahesu Yujats, Wagata Huni ni Wagitarada, the Nogatnawaga ni the Wagano. My name is Cheyenne Wahesu Whitebean. I'm Wolf Clan from the Ganyankahaga Nation at Gatnawaga. Mr. Chancellor, Vice Chairman Martin, President and Vice Chancellor Shepherd, Senator Petitclerc, distinguished guests and participants, fellow students, family, and friends, I am pleased to address you today on behalf of the graduating students. Welcome to Concordia University's Faculty of Arts and Science graduation, and to Jochjage, the place you all know as Montreal. Thousands of years ago, my ancestors planted seeds here with their hopes for the future. Those seeds sprouted roots and became the indigenous peoples and communities that call this place home. Our peoples grew out of this land. Today is a day that we harvest those dreams and opportunities together, as we are all now part of the vision they had for these lands and waters. Many people refer to Concordia as an activist school, a place where the energy to organize and create movement draws people in and compels them to take action. As students, we are dedicated and driven, not just when it comes to our studies, but for social change. We Concordians push boundaries and exceed limits, but that is how we revolutionize and challenge our society. That is what leaders and innovators do. There are so many movements. There are so many movements and people at Concordia that are inspiring and empowering. Our social food economies like the People's Potato and the Hive, the advocacy and leadership of our student associations, clubs, and the Concordia Student Union. We have sparked countless social movements and carried out acts of solidarity in the history of Concordia. Your courage and altruism inspired me to stand with you and continue to rise up. Twice this year, I joined with activists in Washington, D.C., 500,000 marchers whose demands for respect and justice made women's voices echo around the world. Then once again, with thousands of Indigenous peoples and allies for our right to self-determination and to honor the water protectors at Standing Rock. Concordia demands more of you as a student than the status quo. We challenge each other to rise for the pursuit of knowledge, for our community, and for social justice. I am fortunate to have grown up in Kahnawake, surrounded by strong and resilient people. Drawing on these roots, I can say with humility that despite any personal accomplishments, I am not the smartest person in the room. But I will say I am the smartest of my siblings. My parents are here nodding somewhere up in the balcony. My elders and community have taught me that no matter your grade point average, your education, or your age, you are never the smartest. Knowledge is not something that you own or hold over people. If you do, it isolates you. Knowledge is meant to connect you to the experiences of others throughout time so that we can collectively evolve. I have learned as much, if not more, from my fellow students as I have from professors and curricula. That experience and ingenuity is a rare aspect of education that we foster in each other here at Concordia. Haudenosaunee people have traditionally made decisions by coming together so as to act with one mind in consideration of all of our relations. We are connected to the past through our elders and ancestors, and to the future through our children and descendants. My wish for you is to have this kind of timeless knowledge and fulfilling life. Be the architect of your vision. You all have risen to many challenges, and you earned this day. The energy and spirit of this place is derived from its indigenous roots. From today onwards, let our voices echo unrelenting throughout the city and the country that we will not celebrate its history of colonialism, but instead acknowledge and respect Instead, we should acknowledge and respect the Indigenous foundation that we have built our success and our futures upon. Celebrate your achievements and then continue to rise, Concordians. Many of us will move on to pursue our visions. It is only farewell for now. Concordia has a way of drawing you back in. My mother is a proud Concordia graduate. And now the Concordia legacy that we share with all of you is a family legacy as well. I hope that my 3 children will follow in my footsteps. A heartfelt thank you to our families, friends, and allies for encouraging us and being here to celebrate this milestone in our lives. I know how instrumental a support system is for students. And on behalf of my graduating class, I want to thank each and every one of you who has supported one of us. It has been a great honor to walk this path beside you all and to be asked to address you today, my fellow Concordia graduates. Wat guanurado, congratulations. Félicitations et merci à tout le monde. Guanarunkwa, Tony Wanege.
Xi'an, we are indeed fortunate to have witnessed your strength, leadership, and wisdom here today at our graduation ceremonies. May you always follow the path of strength. Thank you. Before I ask the Provost to give his closing remarks, I always like to have the semi-last word. So I'd like to wish you all well in your future. May you grow from strength to strength, and may the force be with you. I would like to ask the Provost to give his closing remarks.
Thank you, Chancellor. Mesdames, Messieurs, merci d'être venus en si grand nombre, de partager avec nous la joie de nos diplômés. Thank you all for being here to celebrate the terrific successes of the class of 2017. Now, graduates, I know that you're all excited and impatient to get on with the next great phase of your lives. But before you walk out of this hall today, just pause for a moment and think about some of the people who've helped you to get here. Some of them may be faculty members or staff setting up on stage. Some of them may be your friends and fellow students in the seats or rows beside you. But I'm pretty certain there's another group that we should think about, that you should think about and thank. So graduates, would you please stand up, turn around, face the back of the hall, and thank all the family members and friends who stood with you on your journey to this day. Thank you all. Now, Concordia is a great university. In fact, we're the top university in Canada under the age of 50 years, with the promise of an even greater future ahead of us. And on this day, there is no better measure of our success or our promise than you. Thank you for having chosen Concordia as the pathway to your future. You honored us with your choice, and in the future, you will always be our best ambassadors. You should know that we're tremendously proud of you and hope that you will always take pride in Concordia. And now, as this ceremony comes to a close, please allow us to toast your success with a vin d'honneur in the lobby outside. Merci, félicitations, au revoir, à bientôt.